there's multiple things I will list off with this video, and it's probably going to be the first video I make. Well, no, this is the first video on my page that will have my voice and Grow's voice in it, because, you know, during the ARG, we're not very good actors vocally, so there's no way we would have done that with our voice, and we were afraid it was probably gonna, like, look like...
We were also planning to record the gameplay of the main, like, past project, we call it the past project, world, but I didn't get to doing that because I was really stressed out from making the world itself. It was really buggy, and messing with Minecraft commands just get a chimpanzee to do something for you. Kinda a headache-inducing process most of the time.
If this... Yeah, like, on the very slim thread needle chance that Minecraft sees this, please, anyone, Minecraft developers, for them, the horrible Bedrock command system is so bad. It's so limited.
It's not the fact that it's limited. It's replicating Java editions. It's the fact that Java just has more.
Yeah,
And also
Java
just
has
that
more.
Bedrock edition in general is just laggy. Despite it having a whole game engine, by the way, Bedrock's really laggy. It's buggy naturally.
Yeah.
Which is the problem.
But okay, this video isn't being made for us to complain about Microsoft bad development.
I don't know how you wrote that.
But yeah. A main reason I'm gonna make this video on my page is to link this to other pages such as Grow's page, because I've already got all the ARG stuff on the account that this will be linked to, and on top of that, I'm going to explain a bit about Downfall in general, because I don't actually believe that the ARG explained enough about general Downfall.
And also just the fact that, like, one of the members in Trixie and another one, Swagulon, have been making YouTube content about this, and people have been asking to join, apparently. And to those people, we're not letting foreign players join. This is strictly a PlayStation server, morely. And any person who knows somebody who can, like basically the way it works is that we're not letting randoms join, alright? It has to be a friend of a friend, and they have to be on PlayStation. But the server itself is kind of... It wouldn't be pleasant for you either, honestly, because the server itself is really laggy. It's on a really...
I was explaining this in the first take before it got, you know, obliterated, because I was making a take without growing it, but it got destroyed because of something. But now I'm just gonna do it here because I can't. Yeah, PlayStation just deleted my take, and it kind of annoyed the absolute hell out of me. But besides from that, Downfall was originally began named as Fallout, but I changed the name because once it got around to the 4th server, I'd be like, okay, who wants to get on Fallout 4? And they'll be like, what, like the franchise, the series, the one with the goddamn nuclear waste? So it's called Downfall now. Downfall started mostly as like this little social experiment I did a long time ago, roughly 3 years ago, and it started as a thing just to put people in a sandbox, a border, a 450 by 450 border, make lava casts, cause chaos, do whatever.
Hold on, my mic is being weird.
Yeah, excuse him, but the main premise of Downfall now is the AI, and there's been a lot of stuff to get from that Anarchy server with basically no rules and just a social experiment to the AI plot all the way from, and that's the entire thing the ARG is about.
The ARG was mainly for people of Downfall. Any outsiders that's seen it, we try to make it as applicable to outsiders, but to anybody who plays Downfall, they completely understand it all the way through. To anybody who doesn't, they'd have so many questions. It's kind of made that way on purpose, but you would have known a lot more about it if I decided to go with it and actually make the videos, but the amount of time I spent months making this, most most of the time is bug testing or me stalling out because of stress problems. This was hosted to a large amount of people, which is mainly where the stress came out. Also because we wanted to keep it as immersive as possible, so I didn't like the idea of putting a single bug in it, really. So it was kind of stressful for a main reason. And again, Bedrock Edition in general, it's just buggy. It has gotten better over the years, but sometimes things don't work your way at all. Or it's just kind of limiting. One of the main things that would be awesome to have is stuff like actually being able to detect more. As a Bedrock commander or whatever, like detecting if someone dies or if someone kills someone or whatever. I think Java has that in the form of execute predicate. I'm not really gonna go in depth.
Okay, yeah. Also, Grow, check if your mic settings are shared. Set to share. Just right now, just for the sake of it.
Should be.
Yeah. But I'm gonna make this very quick because I don't want to do a third attempt, and I don't want this to be too long. Okay, good. But basically, from Downfall 1, it goes on to Downfall 2. They're not very special, they're kind of the same. Downfall 3, Downfall 4. Downfall 4 is where everything begins. It's where the first AI is added. AI 1, he gets destroyed, and then another 18 AIs are made. But before AI 1, there's Abatris. Abatris is canonically a good AI. He's supposed to serve with the players and has been all for about 2 years, roughly.
He's also AI -1. He's a prototype.
Yeah, -1 prototype. And he got his powers limited because he ended up killing six and seven. The key AIs in the entire story is AI 8, 30, 29, 18, and 40. 30 doesn't exist anymore in a sense, but I'll get to that. Any information I didn't cover, if there's something missing, another thing, just check any other link I might put at the end of the video. I probably will because I'll link Grow's channel and every other channel. If there's any other channels, all the edit channels of all the people making edits of their gameplay in Downfall, or like their experiences in Downfall, whatever. But it goes from Downfall 4, and then the AIs lay low after that. It goes Downfall 5, Downfall 6, and what's it like, 15?
Downfall 5 was a disaster, speaking of Downfall 5.
Yeah, Downfall 5, AI 20. He's technically relevant, and he is relevant in a way, because he had a contribution to a thing called the Lurg, which was a virus. Okay, well, in Downfall 15, that's where practically everything sprung off. But if any of you were linked this by Tricks, specifically, you know, for the people who are just, like, watching this in random, because they got it for some reason, but for the people who got linked this by Tricks, he probably sent you this because there was minimal amount of information in it that you should probably know. For the people who are watching this because of the ARG, I'm going to explain the ARG right after this. And for the people who are watching this in general, you're listening to information that probably you will not ever understand unless you watch the ARG or unless you're friends with Tricks.
Speaking of my channel, I wanted to mention that there's gonna be, like, I'm gonna be going around the world in spectator mode and try to catch some key things and explain things that are going on right now for people who are still interested in this and want to truly know what's going on. I'll be making like an episodic series of what's happening now, and we'll get you catch up.
Yeah, we'll document future information so that, you know, we don't need to be like, oh, here's the but
unfortunately the documentation is starting pretty late into Server 17.
Yeah, very late. Well, not very late. It's not like it's about to end, but it is like midway through, I'd roughly say, I think. We don't know because it's not actually scripted. It's not like a role play that's supposed to be scripted. It goes on as it goes on, and it's not necessarily a role play. It can be in a sense, but it is not a role play. I hate role play ideas, right? Absolutely cringes.
Corny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't, you know, on Google it says, oh, if you search up Downfall Server 17, it's a role play, these people, and then the players consisting Envatrixie, the Executioner, whatever, and that. I love the idea that I'm on, you know, Google, but I don't love the idea how it refers to my server as a role play.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, this is just based on perspective, more like. I have seen videos of, like, quote-unquote roleplay that, you know, that could be pretty cool. Depends how they're presented. Really.
Yeah, but the ARG, I'm gonna get to that right now. The ARG was set with, I'm about to spoil all the lore of the ARG for the people who haven't sorted it out, but it's basically, I'm gonna start from where the ARG would hypothetically begin. Downfall Server 15 was ended by a AI called 29. There's a lot more information within that. That's not the only thing you need to know, but I'm simplifying it. Then it went to 15.5, which is where AI 30 was made. The 15.5 was sort of like a purgatory to punish AI 29 for corrupting.
Past project before this one.
Yeah. There's the original Lost Files. It's called the Past Project instead.
But I gave up on it on release day. But I mean, whatever. It was still lead to this, which was 10 times better, honestly.
Yeah. But what's it called? The AI30 went on into the main server of 16 after 15.5, and since it was made in like a prototype of Purgatory, he was made hastily. Canonically, he was faulty and had basically the AI equivalent of lung cancer or like any type of cancer you could imagine. So he would sort out to get a new body. At the time, players wouldn't have known this, obviously, but he was always been sorting out to get a new body. So the only way to do that was to go back to the Past Project, or the Lost Files, yeah. Which would now be the Lost Files, the place where the ARG is canonically set. Not really, but I'll get to that. And it goes from that, AI30 plans his death, he dies, he goes back to the Purgatory. AI31, which was started in the Purgatory, which he needs to go back to finish, he destroys that, he tries to make a vessel that doesn't have the equivalent of AI cancer. He makes a vessel, he waits for the players to arrive, the players do something to accidentally free him, and he gets back into the normal server. Now,
however, 31 through 39 did not have any prototypes. So basically the way it works is that there's two prototypes, right? There's Abartrus Maxwell, -1, -2. And since they weren't really there to help, quote-unquote, really, because the lore of it is that both of us are called the directors, alright? The left eye, the right eye, whatever. It would have been hinted at in this, if I recorded the gameplay. So, both of us being the directors, we would have gotten all the AIs and got it like their quote-unquote source code, put them together to make a new AI. But the thing is that it's only 29 and 30. And they didn't have any prototype code, and 30 was naturally screwed up, and 29 didn't have all the code. So 31 through 39 were completely destroyed after being found to be too faulty. Until 40 came along, and you can explain the rest.
Yeah. Within the ARG specifically was set within a waiting period. I thought he was imagining stuff. He was just screwing around in his head, waiting for the players to arrive. Since he was already in the Purgatory, it takes ages since downfall time moves slower than real time whenever it like multiplies over time. So that means like after 1 day it'll be 2 days, 3 days it'll be like a week, and so on and so forth until it multiplies into billions, trillions, whatever. But he's waiting there since he's technically immortal for roughly a crazy amount of time, like about 10 billion. And he's sat there. The ARG is something imagined in his head in very vivid detail, and that's what it was. That's the entire thing. That's why at the end it says I don't need to imagine you anymore or anything like that. But probably grow. You probably have to rely on grow.
At the end of this whole entire past project thing, basically there's actually. Do you want to show them the beacon? We'll get a separate clip of that. We'll roll that right now, if we do get a separate clip of it. But I'll just keep talking. It would fade in now. But basically, there's this beacon. There's this message, and it's a message left by Maxwell. Or is it a bar? Yeah.
Well, we gotta insert Maxwell because Maxwell is AI made in 15. It's gonna get very complicated for anyone that's not paying attention. He was made in 15 by Abatris. He's an allied bot. It's not part of the Axis.
Yeah, it was another prototype. The two prototypes, Abatris and Maxwell, are teamed together and with the players. So, Maxwell left a message, and he tells everybody about how they've been running away from. So the message was basically saying how the fact that Maxwell and Abatris have been on the run from 29, 30, and 40. And this is where everything was revealed. It would be revealed that they everything I just told you, that 31 through 39 were like slaughtered, and that was what mentioned it.
Yeah.
And then he also mentions the fact that he built a terminal to get them out, right? This will become more important. I'll explain about the end of the series in a second, but basically after the message, it also mentions these things that you might have encountered, that you would have seen again if I record the gameplay. There's these like mob death particle orb things that kind of like terrorize people. And
I have an image of that. I'll probably flash it on the screen. I have a few images of them.
and those and these orb things were fragmentations of 31 through 39, as they whenever they're slaughtered.
Yeah. The Lost
like,
Files.
After the beacon, there's this like portal, right? And then it leads into the void. And whenever you find the void, it'll lead you to purgatory. And then you go through it, explore, and then you'll find this place called the Terminal, which you'll find the code throughout the gameplay. And then basically whenever you go through it, it teleports you to this place, and then you reach this certain place, and then it'll play dialogue, revealing everything that 40 has been in the works, you know, and then no, 30 has been working on 40. So after 40 is there, he then suddenly gets right then and there by 30, and 30 takes over his body, and then 29 takes over 30's body. So then they get really powerful, and thus starts Server 17. And the rest of that is left to Downfall, but you know, Downfall isn't too important from then on from here.
Yeah, it's for the Lost Files mostly. That's what TLF is, not like those crime documentaries that you might get when you search up the Lost Files or whatever, or like the CIA or whatever, all that. But yeah, it basically ended because Arthur didn't need to imagine the players anymore. He was imagining the players for a predicted outcome because he's trying to predict the outcome. And since the players already arrived, he doesn't need that anymore. He ended the little imagination that he was processing, and then he went to do the actual process. 50% or about 75% of people will not understand most of this. Especially if you've been linked it, you might not even been paying attention because of how long the video was. But I'm not going to say that for the 50th time. I'm going to end the video now. Credit. Here's Grow. And I'm not going to roll myself, but I might for just the sake of it because I said that. And here's Trixie's YouTube channel. And what's his name? God, his TikTok, maybe. Yeah, maybe his TikTok right below his name as well. And yeah, that's about it. On the clip now.